Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to work on this orthographic projection project. It's going to be titled the clamp block. Now, just so we know, this is going to be imperial, feet and inches. So I'm going to start off my AutoCAD drawing or my AutoCAD program like we normally do. One second. Okay. So we're going to start from scratch. We're going to go to imperial, feet and inches. And click OK. Let that load up. All right. Now, some things we want to define here are our height, which is 4, our width, which is 6, and our depth, which is 1 inch and 1/4. So, 4 is our height, 6 is our width, 1 and 1/4, or 1 inch and 1/4, 1 inch and 1/4, however you want to call it. 1.25 is going to be our depth. So now that we know that, let's start making our orthographic projections. So to begin, I'm going to create my layer properties. So my first one, as we know, is going to be my construction layer properties. I'm going to label them all first. Object. We're going to need a center. We are going to need a hidden as well. So for now, we're going to work with these four. I'm going to change my construction to a light gray. This one right here. I'm going to change my object or keep my object to white. My center is going to be red. My hidden, I'm going to do a cyan. You know what? I'll even toss in a text layer property. That one is going to be magenta. All right. Now my construction line type is going to be continuous. Keep that the same. My object is going to be continuous. My center is going to be the center line type. So I go to load, scroll all the way down to center. Number center, not center 2. Click OK. Then I have to click center again. I don't know why it's so redundant. Hidden, we have to change to the hidden line type. So I scroll down to hidden. Hidden again. Click OK. My text can stay the same. Now, line weight, I'm going to leave all of them default except for my object layer property. My object layer property is going to be 0.5 millimeters. And that's that. So I'm going to change over to my construction layer property. Now, I know we've been using isometric where we've been turning this feature on, but we're not going to do that right now. What we're going to do is we're going to type in our limits. -12, tab button, -9, 12, tab 9. Then I'm going to go to view, zoom, extents. There we go. We have our XY origin right in the middle. Now, after that, we're going to turn on ortho mode. I'm not going to turn on snap mode. I'll show you why. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type in X line. Again, X line. No space in between. I'm going to start at my lower left-hand corner. I'm going to create 2 lines. I'm going to create one going vertically and then horizontally across. Okay? Now I'm gonna press escape. So we have to offset these based off the certain dimensions. So we're going to offset the vertical one first, this line first, okay? So we go to the offset command. I'm going to keep it, 1 second. I'm going to type in through. I'm going to click this line. Now, the vertical line gets offset first by 6 inches, the width. Now, we have to create a space. The space I'm going to use for today, I'm going to probably use about 2 inches, okay? So, I'm going to click 2. Then, I have to offset by the depth. The depth is 1 1/4, which translates to 1.25 in decimal form. Again, 6 inches, we did a space of 2 inches, and then we have to go by the depth, 1 1/4. Now, I'm going to take the horizontal line, and we're going to offset that going upwards. So the vertical line goes to the right, horizontal line goes upwards. Now, I'm going to go up by the height, which is 4. I'm going to go by the space again, which is 2.0. Then I'm going to go by the depth, which is 1.25. Now, I'm going to highlight this. These are the boxes that we're going to need. So I'm going to go to my object layer property. I'm going to select line, and I'm going to trace the boxes that we're going to need, okay? Let me turn on my line weight. So that's 1 box. I'm going to trace the second box, which is this one right here. And the last box, which is this one right here. So if we look at it now, what we're going to see here is the top view, right? Which is this right here, looking at it from this direction. The front view, which is looking at it from this direction. And the right or side view. On this case, we have the left-hand side, so it's going to be our side view. So we have that outlined. What we're going to do now is going to go back to our construction layer property. I'm going to type X line again. And I am going to go here and here. That creates our 45 degree of projection line, okay? You always want to make sure you have the 45 degree projection line because that's where everything is going to meet in the middle. Basically, if you have a hole or if there's a change of depth, which we have here, a change of depth, that's going to translate from here to here. So this is where it gets a little tricky, and I really want you guys to pay attention because, yes, this is new. This is also going to help you basically figure out how to create an isometric drawing because you're going to get the proper dimensions from this multi-view drawing, okay? So I'm going to work on the top plane, okay? I'm going to go back to Object. I'm going to click Line. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to go to Construction. What we're going to do is we're going to offset. So you're going to see a whole bunch of lines here, and this is why I say it gets tricky, okay? So I'm going to make sure it says through. I'm going to offset this by 0.625. Now, 0.625 is because 5/8 subtracted from 1 1/4 or 0.625 subtracted from 1.25 equals 0.625. So we got to make sure we we're drawing this change of depth right here, okay? Now, that's that. We also have to make sure we are going to offset our lines for the circle. So if we know our center line is 3 inches from the edge, our circle is 1 1/8. 1 1/8 translates to 1.125 in decimal form. Divided by 2, that's 0.5625. Now remember those numbers, okay? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to offset this line by 3. That's supposed to be our center line of our circles. As you see here, it's shared within relations of the the front view. Now, I'm going to offset this once to the left, 0.5625, once to the right, 0.5625, and this is supposed to be our circle, where our circle is going to be, as you can see right here as well. Okay? Now, these are all the offsets I'm going to have to do for the top view. So, we're not done yet. We have to do some offsets for the front view, which is going to translate to the side view. So, on the front view, we have to do the change of depth for this part right here, okay? So, this part is 3/4 away from the edge. 3/4 translate to 0.75 in fraction form. So, what I'm going to do is go to offset, click this right here, 0.75, 0.75. That's that. Now, we already have our circle already translated, but what we don't, or I'm sorry, we have the vertical lines translated for the circle. We have to have the horizontal lines. So this circle center point is 2 inches from the bottom edge. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to offset. I'm going to offset this line here, 2 inches. And then remember, half of 1.125 is 0.5625. I'm going to do that, 0.5625. So now we have this box right here, which is going to be our circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my circle right now, just like that. We don't get confused, okay? I'm going to go to circle, center diameter. My center point's right here. What I'm going to do, 1.125. There you go. As you can see, it's within that box. All right, so we don't really have to do anything else to, our right side view. But what we are going to do is we're going to start filling in these lines. So I'm going to make sure I'm in object. I'm going to go to line. And I'm going to trace over this line right here. Why are we tracing over this line again? Because we have to show the change of depth. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace over this line. And this line right here. Again, those are our change of depths. Now, the side view, I did forget, we have to offset one line, to get this motion right here, this change of depth right here. I don't think this would be considered a change of depth, but we have to make sure we get this squared off, right? So this gets offset by 0.625. Then we get to trace this. You see how easy this makes it? Then I trace this part right here. Now I'm going to go to trim. Trim this, right here and right here. There we go. Now, we have to draw our hidden lines and center lines. So let's do our center lines first, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to center. I'm going to go to line. Annotate. Center line. Right here. and right here. As you can see there, creates a center line down the middle, okay? And we know that's correct because it's right along this construction line, which is supposed to be our center. Now, this one, I'm gonna go here. It might not work. 1 second. Okay, it's not too bad. I don't really like that, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to home, create my own center line, not too far out. Sorry. Right there, okay? Oh, sorry, I don't know why it's doing this. One second. Line. Sorry about that, yo. Let me turn off my parallel offset. Snap. Let me delete this portion right here. I have like a little dot there. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna type in 2. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that for the inconvenience, y'all. Usually it's pretty much easier than that, but what I did was I basically clicked line, went from here, I had the object snap running tool, and I selected the portion right here, and I typed in 2. Now you want some of your center line to be sticking out outside of the part itself. It doesn't have to be too far out, okay? But like this is pretty good. So now I'm gonna go to annotate, center mark, and I'm gonna choose this circle. As you can see here, it creates a nice perfect center mark for our circle, okay? Now, we have to draw our hidden lines. So I'm gonna go to home, I'm gonna go to hidden, I'm gonna type in line, I'm gonna do the hidden lines for the top. As we can see here, we got that. As we can see here, I have that. Then I have to go to my hidden lines here and here. And my other set of hidden lines right here is right here. We don't need hidden lines for our front view because the circle is already seen. Hidden lines basically depict that there's a circle or a hole going through. As we look at the drawing says drill. When you have something that says drill, it's usually through all, unless specified whether it's a bore or it's partially drilled through, like halfway, then that's where we basically create our hidden lines. Now, we are not done yet. We have to do also some dimensioning. So let me add a dimensioning layer property. That one's going to be yellow. Let me change this line type back to continuous. That's also going to be default, okay? So before anything, I want to trim this up. I want to make it nice and clean. So I'm going to trim all these lines right here, all these lines right here, and right there, okay? I really just want these. I think I got some more lines. Oh, there we go. Really just want this portion right here. So I basically trimmed out everything. As we can see here, this is a nice and neat multi-view drawing with orthographic projections because what we have is our lines match. So our top view is parallel to our front view. Our front view is parallel to our side view. And if I turn off my construction layer property, this is what we have right here. You see our hidden lines, our center marks. So this is looking real good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do some dimensioning, okay? So I want you guys to basically follow what the rules state, okay? So our top view, we're going to go to linear. We're going to select this right here and this right here. That's 6. This right here. This right here. 1.25. Now, our top view shows our width and depth. Our front view shows our width and height. Our side view shows our width and our depth. So as we see here, the relationship between the two. The front side is going to share the same height as the right side. Our top side is going to share the same width as the front. Then our top side is going to share the depth, okay? And as we see here, this line or change of depth goes to the 45-degree angle, and it goes down right here because we have this line right here, which is 0.625, then these edges right here, okay? Now, we're not done. We're going to have to do some more dimensioning, right? Because I want to make sure that we're able to see this. So I want to dimension this right here to show 0.625, okay? Or if you want, you can drag this out a little bit. And dimension it right here. Just make sure. Sorry, you gotta make sure you space it out correctly, okay? So personally, I think this looks neater. So I'm gonna go with this one right here, okay? Drag it out, there we go. I personally think that looks neater, or if you want, you can also go right here, okay? That looks cool too. All right. So we also have to make sure we are dimensioning this portion right here. So I'm going to go to linear. Now we can either go here I'm going to do right here. I think this will look better like this. Sorry. Right there. Okay. I'm also going to change it so like that we can take away the trailing zeros. I'm going to show you how to do that. We also had to dimension the circle. So we are in 2D again. That means we can just simply go diameter. Sorry. There we go. Right there. Okay. Now, you can either drag it up here if you want. Right there is cool. Okay. Now, we also have to make sure we define the center of the circle. So, I'm going to go linear. I'm going to, I'll do it right here. Why not? Right there to right here. We know that's 2 inches. I'm going to drag this off. Then what we can do right here is linear, this portion right here, this portion right here. Don't worry if it's going into this. Remember, remember we're going to take up the zeros. All right, now we got the 0.75. We had to do this one right here. So I'm gonna go from here to here. That's 3. All right. Now, if you see that this is getting a little crowded, you can take away some dimensions, right? Like what I might do, and this is just giving you the liberty to draw this out as you please. You don't really need the 4 on both sides because it's already depicted right here. So what I might do is I might delete this. Right? As we see that, I'm going to delete this one right here because that's already depicted like that. Just to make it more neater, okay? You can also bring this to the other side. That can work too. I actually might do that. Sorry. I'm going to put this one right here. I'm going to delete this. I want to move it right here. And this one, I'm going to delete, and I'm going to go right here. I'm going to do this one. I'll put this one out right here. Then so this kind of shows you like the liberty that you have with orthographic projections, okay? Me personally, I want to make this as neat as possible.